Alright, what's your name?
My name is Alfred Adam Bell.
My name is Aiden Brown.
Misty.
I'm Jordan Drew.
My name is Kate, and I'm a member of the Lutheran High Mission Team.
Right now we're in Costa Rica in a small town called Marathon. It's very, very small. It doesn't even show up on Google Maps.
We are in Costa Rica for a mission trip to help this camp called Camp Penuel, goes and they take kids who are from deprived and poverty kind of cities, and they bring them to camp to get them away from all the kind of stressful environment.
We work primarily with underprivileged or at-risk youth from the inner city of. We worked with children from a town called Punta Arenas and Esparza, very run down and crime-ridden cities. The children have had very rough lives so far.
To help underprivileged kids to see God and to spend time with them and love them and be there for them.
Before I came on the trip, I thought that it was going to be really hard, and we were just going to be in some middle of nowhere place in the woods, and basically that it was going to be kind of miserable, but I still wanted to do it anyways. But when we got here, it was just so much better than I thought it would be.
I thought this trip was going to be really boring. I thought we was going to just do work all day, have no time for fun and stuff like that. But as soon as we got here, that immediately changed because I was taken over by the background, and I realized that this was gonna be more than just physical stuff. But at the same time, it was physical, but at the same time it was spiritual. So it reflected out to be very good, and it was nice.
The kids was easy. Being here was easy. It wasn't like it was work.
The highlight of my trip it was definitely spending time with the kids. Even though I loved being in the house with everybody and going on all of our excursions, it was the kids. I loved them.
The best part was definitely seeing how happy we made the kids.
The best part I had was with the first group that came from the very ending. Paul was reading a prayer. He was saying I couldn't understand what he was saying, but it made the kids really emotional, and it moved me a lot. Just trying to not cry was pretty rough.
The most powerful experience I had here was definitely traveling to Punta Arenas, which is the town where our first group came from. You always have these preconceived notions of what something's going to be like when you're told that it's run down or the people live impoverishedly. We've all seen pictures of areas like that, but it's a completely different thing when you're actually set in that area and you actually get to walk through and see how those people are living. There's one thing to see the picture, totally different thing to actually be there and live it and see it.
The most challenging thing to this trip was saying goodbye to the kids, because I've never had anyone cry over me leaving them. And that hit me with very strong emotional stuff, so that was very challenging.
Okay, today.
The last night of the second group of the kids that came from a poor neighborhood, and they had kind of a service, and they prayed with them, and they just talked with the kids, and the kids were in circles with the counselors, and a bunch of them were just crying, and it was just sad to see that people that young had that much pain and stuff that they've been through, because they're just kids and they shouldn't have to go through all that. It was just it made me realize, or made me think about how good of a thing it was that we were doing for them and that we were there with them.
Last day was pretty rough. It was I don't know, because we went and saw the kids from the first group, their church and their neighborhoods, and it wasn't rough while I was going on, because the kids were all excited to see us, and they're jumping around and giving us hugs every once in a while, and it was really, that part was really fun, but watching, and once you took a chance to look at the houses and the conditions of what that life was really hard to look at. And then, like on the trip, on the ride back, it was nobody talked. It was silent. And somebody tried to lighten up the mood. And just, I just put my head down. I couldn't even try to think of anything to say. It was a good experience, but it was an eye-opening experience.
What would you tell somebody who's thinking about joining the Lutheran High mission team?
That they should do it.
If I was talking to someone who was thinking about joining the mission team, I would say you gotta do it, definitely. It shouldn't be a question. You should just do it.
It was hard, but it was wonderful. It was a great experience. And I think that anyone who would want to do that or may not even be thinking of it should definitely try it. It's something worth doing. It's a good thing to do in your life.
Anything you'd like to add?
This is a great experience for anybody. If the Lutheran High students do get a chance to see this, I encourage every single one of them to try and make it onto the mission team. It's a great way to go and do God's work, to try and spread God's word and spread God's love. And not only that, but you get to see more of the world and grow personally as a person, as a Christian, in God's word. I don't think I've ever had an experience quite like these mission trips I've been on.